This man crossed into ancient times and became a woman, and also became the king's woman. A few days ago, Man Jack was still a chef in Korea, but at a state banquet, the foreign ambassador found a fish hook in the dish. Immediately Jack became the most wanted man. When he was chased by the police and escaped, he accidentally fell from the balcony. In the air, he saw a beautiful woman and still forgot to throw a wink. Finally plunged headfirst into the water. When he opened his eyes again, he had traveled to ancient times, and the most terrible thing was, Jack was devastated by this outrageous crossing. From the mouth of the servants, the owner of her body was named Anna. She was about to marry King Cheorin and become the queen, but because she had fallen into a coma in the lake a few days before, the wedding date was delayed. In response to the message from the lake, Jack remembered the last scene before he collapsed. He guessed that the lake must have made him cross over, so he asked the location of the lake and ran to it, and then he leapt, looking forward to returning to the good old 21st century. The result, it turns out that in order to prevent the accident of falling into the lake from happening again, the water in all the lakes in the palace were drained. Jack thought for a moment, since he is the king's woman, no one would dare to disobey what he said, right?
여봐라! 지금 당장 호수에 물을 채워라! 명령이다! 아니 되옵니다, 마마.
So the order to pump water was given by the queen mother. She was the most powerful woman in the palace. But Jack was still unwilling to give up hope for life. He would try any water. He plunged into the bucket of water that was scrubbing the floor. He wouldn't let go of the fish tank on the side of the road. Finally exhausted, but also failed to succeed. It seems that the lake is the key. However, before one country is calmed down, another wave comes along. Chui Shingbao knew that the wedding day with the king is tomorrow. In order to preserve his chastity, he decided to confess to the king.
나 사실은 남자야.
King Cheol didn't believe such nonsense. He just thought he had fallen into the lake and his brain had gone into the water. He immediately summoned the royal doctor to treat him. After all, he couldn't escape his destiny, even though he didn't want to. Jack completed the marriage ceremony with the king. The next step was the wedding. You will never guess. This queen's body is the soul of a man, and at this moment he is racking his brains just to avoid having sex with the king. First, he used the 10-word knotting method he learned in the army. Tie his clothes in a dead knot. The next step is to get the king drunk by playing a game of wine.
369, 369, 369.
After a few rounds, the king fell asleep. Jack thought he was too weak to drink, but in fact, the king did not want to have sex with her because of the family behind Anna, like the Empress Dowager, the Andonjin family. Under the control of the Empress Dowager, King Cheol didn't have any real power, so he had to keep his distance from the queen. She could not give birth to a son. Let the queen mother have more power. The day after the wedding, the queen mother had to go to the Empress Dowager to ask for favors as usual. But on the way there, Jack's eyes were caught by a beautiful figure. His testosterone was aroused. Although he forgot that he was a girl at the moment, he went straight to the girl and started to flirt with her.
처음 뵙네요. 그쪽 성함이?
The woman on the other side had a different face. Her name is Joseon. She is another concubine of the king. She has always been at odds with the queen. Rumor has it that she was the one who pushed the queen to fall into the beard. But Jack didn't know about these feuds. He just wanted to chat when he saw a beautiful woman. Then he came to the queen's palace to pay his respects. But it turned out to be the wrong person. The Empress Dowager saw that she was not quite qualified as a queen. She immediately arranged for Choi to teach her the rules of being a queen. As a woman of the king, her posture and demeanor must be dignified and appropriate. She must walk with a light posture. Jack was tormented by the rules during the day, so she decided to go out at night and have a little fun. Jack dressed as a man and had a great time in the tavern, but after going to the bathroom, he mistook the door. He entered the room where Cheoljong and his men were in the doctor's office by mistake. It turns out that Cheoljong wanted to get a hold of the Anon Kim family. He found a book to take back his power. When he saw the intruder, he buried his head in a hurry. And the drunken Jack didn't even recognize him. He apologized and left. But Cheorin wasn't sure and wanted to go after him to kill him. Luckily, his cousin Kim appeared in time. He saved his life. Jack felt more and more. Anna's body carried too much danger. He must return to the modern era immediately. So his first priority now is to please the Empress Dowager, to get her permission to fill the lake with water. This ancient queen wanted to eat noodles. The chef of the imperial kitchen has been tormented, kneading and cutting the noodles. Cook the noodles and finally add the secret soup. A bowl of ramen is now complete. Obviously, this was not the kind of noodles she wanted. The chef didn't give up. One more bowl.
너무 안 매워.
Then change it to something spicy.
너무 매워.
The chef quit.
꼬우면 와서 직접 하라고 해.
내가 직접 하고 만다.
Jack is still not afraid of this. As a top chef, he had the knife in the palm of his hand. The chef was dazzled by his excellent knife skills. Cut the noodles and strung them on chopsticks to hold them in place. Open the lid of the pot. The oil is just hot enough to fry the rolled noodles. Then make the seasoning. Pound the spices into powder and sprinkle them on the cooked noodles. A bowl of fragrant instant noodles is ready. The chef did not believe that this pretense can be so delicious. Can't even make a bowl of instant noodles. Jack began to officially challenge the chef's position, and so began a battle of honor. With the cheers of the underlings, the competition was heating up, but Jack made it all the way to the top. He made a hot pot easily and quickly. Okay, speed is important, but it's the taste that counts. The next person tasted it. His eyes lit up instantly. Since he was born, he had never eaten such delicious food. This reaction represented an overwhelming victory for the queen, and he did it just to be able to cook a meal for the queen mother herself. Recently, the queen mother's appetite has been poor due to toothache. If he could hold on to the queen mother's stomach, then he would not have to worry about anything. First of all, he had his men build an earthen stove. Then he reshaped the fresh ingredients, cut the ice fish into pieces, brush the surface with a layer of oil, sprinkle with seasoning, finally put it in the earthen stove and bake it. The whole bowl. It makes the skin crispy while maintaining the tenderness of the fish. All his hopes were pinned on this feast. The queen mother heard that the queen mother had stayed up all night to make it. The Empress Dowager thought it was very nice of her to be filial. She took a bite despite her toothache. Jack was waiting anxiously in the palace. The queen mother ate his dish and came at once.
어찌 이럴 수 있습니까? 진한 맛이 감동적인지 화가 날 정도더군요.
It seems he succeeded in capturing the Empress Dowager's stomach. Some more sweet words, saying that this is not only delicious, the most important thing is healthy.
매일 제가 돕겠습니다. 평생 젊고 건강하시도록.
Finally, he got the Empress Dowager's order, permission to fill the lake with water. But will he really be able to go back? This film is based on the first 3 episodes of the Korean drama Queen Cheorin. The story is based on the promotion of the crown princess. Jack will continue to go through hardships and will continue to bring laughter. With your profession, if you travel to ancient times, what kind of person will become?